thought making more money was the answer. I was wrong. Dead wrong. When I was 25, I landed my dream job in consulting. I was working 80-hour weeks, wearing a tailored suit, and pulling in more money than I ever had in life. But I was mad anxious. I'll check my bank account and wonder, why doesn't this feel like freedom? Every month, money came in and somehow disappeared. I had no budget, no plan, and definitely no clue where or what I was doing. It was humbling. I was a finance professional who didn't feel financially secure. So I decided to figure out what to do. I went deep. I studied how the top 1% actually manage their money. Not just the rich people with trust funds, but the ones that built it from nothing. And here's the truth. You don't need to be rich to build wealth. You don't need to love numbers. You just need a system that actually works for you and the will to follow it. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step blueprint I wish I had when I started. No jargon, no lectures, just real talk and real tools. Whether you started with $20 in your bank account or you make six figures and you feel like you're still broke, this will help you. I'm going to cover how to stop spinning your wheels financially and know exactly where you stand. A smarter way to crush debt without shame. The truth about saving, investing, and building wealth in your reality. And finally, how to avoid two of the biggest wealth traps most people fall into. Stick with me. By the end, you'll understand money in a way most people never will. And more importantly, you'll have a clear path towards your future. So let's get started. Most people live their entire lives with a vague idea of how much money they make, but zero clarity on whether they're actually building wealth. That's going to end today for you. Before we do anything with your money, we need to stop, zoom out, and take an honest snapshot of your financial life. This is going to be uncomfortable, but it's also powerful because once you face your money without fear or judgment, you win back control. The first step, know what's coming in. We're not talking gross salary. I mean the money that actually lands in your bank account every pay period. Add up your income from your job, after tax, your side gigs, if you do any freelancing, rent from a roommate or from your tenants, even that $50 a month you get from selling on Poshmark. It all counts. Multiply your average monthly total by 12 to get the real yearly income you're working with. Step 2, face your spending, all of it. Scroll through the last few months of your bank statements. Track everything. The obvious stuff like your rent, your groceries and utilities, and the sneaky stuff that comes in, like your Uber Eats, your subscriptions you forgot about, and those random Amazon sprees. Don't beat yourself up. Just see it. This is like checking your GPS before a road trip. You can't get to where you want to go if you don't know where you are. Step 3, subtract and see the truth. Your income minus your expenses is your money gap. Is it positive? Great. That's your surplus, the money you have to save, invest, or use it to pay off debt. Now, is it negative? That's a financial leak. And over time, that leak will sink your entire ship. Most people ignore this and hope it gets better. But hope isn't a strategy. This step gives you leverage, the power to change things. Remember, saving and investing should live in your budget, not in the leftovers. Pay yourself first, not last. Step 4, calculate your net worth. Yes, you do have one. Your net worth is simply everything you own and minus everything you owe. So that's cash in the bank, your investments, property, retirement accounts, minus your credit cards, student loans, car loans, etc. Even if your net worth is negative right now, that's okay. The goal is to move in the right direction. Income funds your lifestyle. Net worth funds your freedom. That's the real game. And every decision from this point either builds your net worth or holds you back. Here's a bonus step. What's your money personality? How you feel about money drives how you handle it. Are you a spender or are you a saver? A risk taker or play it safe kind of person? Knowing your money personality helps you build a system that actually fits your life. Here's a quick breakdown. The enterpriser, which is a goal-oriented and future-focused person. The minimalist, loves simplicity and stability. The socialite, spends on experiences and memories. And then there's the realist, practical and grounded. And then contemporary, lives in the moment and enjoys now. None of these are wrong. The power comes from knowing who you are and making your money plan fit you, not fight it. That's the big first win, clarity. Next up, destroying debt with strategy, not shame. Let's be real for a second. Debt can feel like a prison, but for most people, it's not just about math, it's about emotions. Shame, regret, anxiety, that gut punch when you check your credit card balance. I've been there. I once maxed out a card just to keep up appearances. fancy dinners, clothes I thought I deserved. It took me months to climb out, but that experience taught me one thing. The problem isn't debt. The problem is having no plan to get out of it. So let's change that. We're going to stop blaming ourselves and start attacking this like a strategist. Step 1, list every debt that you have. This part is like ripping off a Band-Aid, but it's the only way to take control. You're going to write down these things: your total balance, your interest rate, which is also called the APR, your minimum monthly payment, your due date, any flexible terms like 0% intro APR or deferred payments. You can use a spreadsheet, a notebook, or a pre-built tracker in the toolkit. Just get it all in one place. Now take a deep breath. You're already ahead of most people just by doing this step. Step 2, pick a payoff strategy that matches you. There's no one right way to get out of debt, but there are 2 proven methods. Pick the one that fits your mindset. The first option is the avalanche method, which is usually the most efficient. Focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first. Pay minimums on the others. Once that top one is gone, roll everything into the next highest interest debt. The reason why it works is you save the most money long term because you're killing off the most expensive debt first. Option B is the snowball method, which is the most motivating method. Focus on the debt with the smallest balance. Pay that off first, no matter the interest rate. Use that momentum to knock out the next one, and so on. This works because it builds confidence fast. You get those small wins early and you stay motivated. Here's a pro tip. Pick the method you'll actually stick to. Avalanche saves you more. Snowball feels better. Either one is better than doing nothing. Step 3, if you have credit card debt, read this twice. High interest credit card debt is like setting your money on fire. Read it again. But here's the trick. Balance transfer cards. Some credit cards let you move your existing balances to a new card with 0% interest for 6 to 18 months. That gives you a window to pay down without extra interest piling up. But, and this is super important, have a clear plan to pay off before the promo ends. Otherwise, that interest kicks back in like a wrecking ball. Also, check for any fees. Usually about 2 to 3% of the amount that you're transferring. For most people, it's worth it. Step 4, use credit cards like the wealthy do. Here's a difference between poor and rich use of credit. Poor use. I can't afford this, so I put on a credit card and deal with it later. Smart use. I'm going to buy this anyway, so I'll use a credit card, earn points, and pay it off immediately. If you already have the cash for groceries, bills, and travel, yes, use your reward credit cards. Rack up those miles or cash back. But if you don't have the cash, don't swipe. Full stop. Credit is a tool. It's not free money. And every time you use it, you either building your wealth or someone else's. Step 5, know what debt is worth keeping. Not all debt is bad debt. Some debt can actually build your future. A mortgage can increase your net worth if your home appreciates. A student loan can boost your income over time. A small business loan can create more income than it costs. But, and this is a big but, credit cards, payday loans, high interest, pay now, pay later schemes, these are profit machines for banks and wealth assurers for you. Here's your final mindset shift. Don't focus on the shame of having debt. Focus on the strategy to free yourself from it. Debt isn't a life sentence. It's just a phase, but only if you treat it like a mission, not a mystery. The next section, designing a money plan that actually works without feeling broke all the time. Let me guess. You tried budgeting before and it felt like a punishment. Like some spreadsheet was judging your coffee habits. But what if budgeting wasn't about restriction? What if it was about freedom? The freedom to stop living paycheck to paycheck. The freedom to finally book that trip. The freedom to say yes to your goals without guilt. Budgeting isn't about saying no to life. It's about saying yes on purpose. Let's build a plan that works for real life, not fantasy. Step 1, map out the next 12 months. Yes, a whole full year. Most people only think a week or a month ahead. That's why they're always blindsided. But when you zoom out and map your year, you stop being reactive and start being intentional. Think of it like this. Your goals are your destinations. Your money plan is the road. Your monthly check-ins are the GPS keeping you on course. Start with your current numbers. Start with your income, your expenses, debt payments, savings and investments. Then layer in some real stuff like annual subscriptions, holiday spending, weddings, travel, birthdays, big bills like your insurance renewals. You'll start to spot the patterns. You'll see bumps in the road before they hit. That's the power of forecasting. And here's a pro tip. Use your actual spending from last year as a base, then tweak it based on what's coming up this year. The next step, pay your future self first. Most people budget backwards. They spend, and if there's anything left, maybe they'll save. I want you to flip that. First, set aside money for your savings goal, then for investing, then for debt repayment. Whatever's left, that's your spending money. Treat saving like a non-negotiable bill because future you deserves financial peace more than current you needs another late night Amazon cart. The next step, use a 50-30-20 rule or customize it to your needs. Here's a simple starting point to structure your money. 50% of your money are for needs, which are rent, groceries, bills, transport. 30% is for wants, like restaurants, fun, and subscriptions. And then 20% is for your future, which is savings, investments, and your debt payoff. But listen, these aren't commandments. They are training wheels. If you live in a high-cost city or support a family, your needs might hit 60%, and that's okay. Just be honest and intentional about how you spend the rest. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress, month by month. The next step, do a monthly check-in. It'll probably take you 15 minutes. Once a month, sit down and ask yourself 3 simple questions. What changed this month? Unexpected costs or like extra income? Am I still on track for my goals, which would be like any surpluses or shortfalls? And next, where can I adjust for next month? Can you cut? Can you increase? That's it. That's a habit that separates people who talk about money goals from people who actually hit them. And here's another pro tip. Automate what you can. Bill pay, saving transfers, investing contributions, make success the default. Next step, make easy wins easier. Let's talk about boring expenses that quietly steal your money. Utilities and internet. Call your provider and ask for a better rate. Use competitors' prices as leverage. Subscriptions. Audit them once a quarter and cancel them ruthlessly. Groceries, buy in bulk. Switch stores. Swap premium brands for generics. These tweaks alone can free up hundreds of dollars a month. Money you can redirect towards the stuff that actually matters to you. Here's a final thought. Budgeting should feel empowering, not exhausting. A good budget doesn't just track your money. It reflects your values. It says, I care about future me. I'm willing to trade impulse for intention. I'm not waiting for more income to get my life better. This isn't about being frugal for the sake of it. It's about building a life that feels free, funded, and fully aligned with your goals. Setting financial goals you actually reach, even if they feel impossible right now. Let's talk some goals. Not the vague kind like, I want to save more or I want to be rich. I'm talking clear, specific, time-bound goals that actually motivate you to take action. Because here's the thing, money goals are less about discipline and more about clarity. If your goals don't excite you or feel doable, your brain will ignore them. So let's fix that. The first step, set smarter goals. You probably heard of SMART goals before, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. But let's take it up a notch. Smarter goals add evaluated. Are you checking in on your progress? Revise. Can you adjust based on life changes? Here's the difference. Save money this year. Okay. Save $5,000 by December 31st to pay off credit card debt and avoid interest. That's what you want to do. That second one tells your brain what to do, why it matters, and when to deliver. The next step, break big goals into micro steps. If your goal is to save $10,000 this year, don't focus on the $10,000. Focus on the $833 a month, the $192 a week, the $27 a day. It's way easier to say, okay, I can save $27 today, than stare down a mountain of 5 figures. This works with any goal. Paying off debt, building an emergency fund, saving for a vacation, investing, you name it, it works. The next step, stack motivation, not just willpower. Financial goals fail when you rely on willpower alone. Instead, build a system that supports you. Use visual cues like a progress bar, a post-it on your mirror, a savings tracker on your fridge. Accountability. Tell a friend that you trust. Join a group. Post updates online. Automation. I said this before. Set your bank to auto transfer money to savings every payday. Remove the decision from your hands. Success shouldn't require daily motivation. Make the system do the work for you. And remember, a vague dream with no deadline is just a wish. But a specific plan with systems behind it, That's how you build wealth. Section 5, saving, building your financial safety net. You can't build wealth if you're constantly one emergency away from a breakdown. That's why saving is step 1, before investing, before business ideas, before anything else. Think of savings as your shield. It's what protects your goals when life punches you in the face. We're going to set up an emergency fund. So here is Emergency Fund 101. Start with this baseline. The beginner goal, which is a $1,000 emergency buffer. Immediate, 3 months of expenses. In advance is 6+ months of expenses. Keep it in a separate high-yield savings account. You want it easy to access, but not too easy that you'll dip into it. This isn't your fun money. This is your sleep well at night fund. Next, we have the short-term goals fund. You want to travel, buy furniture, pay for a wedding, create sinking funds, mini savings account for specific goals. Name them Italy 2020 whatever. Down payment fund, baby on the way fund. You'll be shocked how fast they grow when you're intentional. And it feels good. It feels so good when you finally pay for something in full with zero stress. Investing, making your money work while you sleep. Investing isn't just for rich people. It's how people get rich. And you don't need to time the market, be a genius, or read stock charts to get started, or be me a consultant. You just need 3 things. First, you need a long-term mindset. Second, a system that's automated. And 3, time is on your side. Start with retirement accounts. If your job offers a 401k with a match, take it. That's free money. If not, or if you're self-employed, open a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. Start small. Even $50 a month builds momentum. The key here is consistency. And remember, you don't need to pick stocks. Use index funds, which are low fee, diversified, and proven over decades. Automate your investing. Set it, forget it, and let it grow. Every time you get paid, route a portion of your investments before you spend it. Even if it's just 5%, then bump it up to 10%. You won't miss what you never saw. The earlier you start, the more you'll benefit from compounding. Stay out of your own way. The biggest investing mistake is emotional decisions. The market dips and you panic sell. The market booms and you FOMO and buy garbage. Stick to your plan. Think in decades, not days. Don't try to beat the market, own the market, and just chill. The 2 biggest wealth traps and how to avoid them. You probably heard people say your house is your biggest asset, or you need a nice car to succeed. Let's rethink that for a second. Here's wealth trap number 1. The car that's driving you into debt. The average new car payment in America is now about $700 a month. That's $8,400 a year for something that drops in value the second you drive it off the lot, the second you drive it every day. If your car costs more than 15 to 20% of your annual income, you're not driving a car, you're driving a liability. Here's a solution. Buy used, buy reliable. Buy what gets you from point A to B, not what gets you compliments. The second wealth trap, the house that owns you. Yes, owning property can build wealth. That's how I built most of my wealth, but not if you're house poor. Here's what most people don't consider. They don't consider repairs. They don't consider property taxes, insurance, maintenance, or the closing costs. If the house eats up more than 30% of your income, it's a golden cage. Here's a solution. Run the real numbers. Don't buy based on emotion. Buy based on what aligns with your long-term goals and actual financial picture. Let's bring it all together. Here's your step-by-step roadmap to massive financial literacy, starting right now. First, take a snapshot of your income, expenses, and net worth. 2, pick your debt strategy, avalanche or snowball, and attack it. 3, build a money plan that fits your real life, not your ideal life. 4, set smarter goals and track your progress monthly. 5, build your savings. Your emergency fund is first, then your sinking funds. 6, start investing early, consistently, and automatically. And 7, avoid lifestyle traps. Don't confuse shiny things with success. You don't need to be perfect to win with money. You just need to be consistent. I've watched people with average incomes build 6-figure net worth. I've seen people with 6-figure salaries stay broke forever. The difference isn't income, it's intention. So today, let's choose intention. Choose clarity. Choose a version of you who knows what their money is doing and why. You're not behind. You're not bad with money. You just never was taught until now. If this video helped you, drop a comment. This is the year I take control. And don't forget to subscribe. This is just the beginning for you. See you in the next video. Stay healthy. Let's get wealthy. Peace.